how's it going? My name's Joe, and today I want to do a quick update to my video review of the NECA San Diego Comic-Con 2017 exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, if you haven't seen my review, then I invite you to check it out now. There's a link in the description below. And if you have seen it, then you'll know that I had quite a few quality control issues with my turtles here. Just about every figure in the set had stuck joints here and there. Michelangelo's left arm popped completely out of the socket. I had to use a hair dryer to warm it up and try and put it back in there, but I still can't get it fully seated in there, so there's kind of a gap right here, and it's a little floppy. But the main thing was that Raphael's bandana tie was completely missing. So NECA sent this bubble mailer out to me, and several days ago I got it in the mail, and inside it was a brand new bandana tie for Raphael here. So I did have to use a hair dryer to warm up the back of the figure's head in order to plug the bandana tie in there, but it worked just fine. It looks great. I don't know if the bandana ties are glued into the back of any of the turtles' heads, so you might be able to use that as a point of articulation if you'd like, swivel that around to oppose the figures. But be real careful if you do that, because it's just a peg in there and you don't want to break it off. I'm really happy to finally have a complete Raphael figure. Now that that's taken care of, I've noticed a couple things about these figures that I didn't catch during my first review. These figures don't come with any kind of instruction booklet or anything like that, so unless you watched a review of these on YouTube or you just examine the figures very, very closely, you might have missed a few things like I did. So, one of the things I missed was that Donatello's bow staff comes apart into two pieces like this. So this is a really cool feature that could help you put the bow staff in the figure's hand, or help you put it in the back of the figure's belt like this, so you can have it strapped to his back. And that's a lot easier than trying to put the whole bow staff through that little loop in his back. So you can pretend that Donatello's bow staff has been cut or snapped in half, and if you wanted to, you could have Donatello wielding both parts of the bow staff like Daredevil does with his batons, or Nightwing does with his Eskrima sticks. And the other thing I missed in my original review is that this tripod is not for the canister of ooze. It actually plugs into the bottom of Krang's body there. And there's a little slot sculpted in there. It's not a real tight fit. This plastic doesn't really give it all. But you can kind of wedge it in. Damn. You can kind of wedge it in there, and it works alright. I guess that was something that happened early on in the show. It was like a predecessor to Krang's walker and the android body, I guess. And, you know, you have to forgive me. It's been like 25 years since I've seen that cartoon. So if you have quality control issues with this or any other product from NECA, first thing I would suggest is to try and contact their customer service via email. I was never able to find a customer service phone number for NECA, and someone on Toy Arc forums suggested that I try and hit them up on Twitter because supposedly they're better about responding to tweets than anything else. I didn't find that to be the case. After I sent an email to them, I got a response back within a couple of days. It wasn't a particularly friendly response, but I did get one. After that, I didn't hear anything back from them for like a week and a half, and I was getting anxious because since this set is an exclusive and it was highly sought after, I was worried there might not be replacement parts for them to send to me. So I kept hammering them with emails. Someone finally responded to me, and that one was a lot more pleasant than the first one I got. And then several days later, I got the replacement bandana tie in the mail. So I'm really happy that NECA sent out a replacement bandana tie for Raphael here. I probably could have sculpted one myself and painted it to match and glued it into place, but you shouldn't have to do things like that. Aside from pretty much all the figures having stuck joints here and there and the problems that I had with Michelangelo's shoulders, I'm really happy with this set, really happy to have it, and I'm glad that NECA did the right thing and sent me out a replacement part for Raphael's bandana. So like I said in my last video about these turtles, if you weren't able to get a set of these, then I wouldn't pay crazy eBay scalper prices for them. Like, they're really cool, but they're not worth like $300 or $400 or whatever those guys are trying to charge. If you want cartoon accurate turtles, I would suggest checking out the SH Figure Arts turtles. They look real similar to these. They have interchangeable heads, lots of accessories, and they seem like they have really good articulation. I have a SH Figure Arts Harley Quinn figure that I really like a lot, so they're pretty good quality, I think. Also, last year at San Diego Comic-Con, NECA did the same set of turtles, and I think the villains were slightly different, but they all had this really crazy pixelated paint job to imitate the old arcade game. Well, when they did that, they acted like they wouldn't be able to do turtles like these because of licensing rights or something with Playmates, but then they turn around and do it anyway the next year after they've got everybody's money for the arcade turtles. So who knows, they might reissue this set at San Diego Comic-Con in 2018, and you might be able to get one then. So like I said, don't drive yourself crazy trying to get these guys, and maybe look for some alternatives if you can't find them. Alright, so there's my update to my review of the San Diego Comic-Con 2017 exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures by NECA. Just in case you were curious after watching my last video, or maybe if you've had a similar experience. So until next time, take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.